All right, I decided to film in a different location today. I don't know if you guys can see it behind me, but that's Nintendo's. For those of you who like Nintendo, I wanted to kind of get to some of the questions or comments that people were having the other day on the video I made about bananas. People went a little bit nuts on that. It was just kind of a joking video, and everybody is getting a little out of hand with the comments, with the calorie count and all that kind of shit. What way am I gonna go? Go this way. Anyway, as far as calories, I acknowledge that calories do matter at some point in time, but you really have to. Everybody thinks that you should be eating 2,000 calories a day. How is that possible? It's not like everybody wears a size. I wear a size 13 shoe. It's not like everybody wears a size 13. There's going to be differences. You don't know how much calories are in the food. You don't know how many calories that you actually burned the other day. You don't know how many calories you actually need. You don't know any of that. So how can you possibly have a clue what calories that you possibly need the next day? You can have a guesstimate. I think energy is key. And when I'm really low on calories, my energy is shit. So I can't get anything done. And if you can't get anything done, you just lay there all day, every day, and you get absolutely nothing accomplished. So there's a balance between getting things accomplished and losing weight. What is that balance? I don't know. We'll figure it out. As far as weight goes, man, this thing's heavy. As far as weight goes, I did lose 1.25 pounds over the night, so I'm happy about that. Another thing that I remember that Arnold told me, damn, this thing's heavy, is this thing is so heavy. If you're going to eat salad, to never have it after lunch. He didn't really ever tell me why, but I kind of got to listen to him because he's actually the only one that ever really helped me lose weight. If I really look at it over the years, he's the only one. He's the one, listening to his advice is what got me 150, 175 pounds lost. Everybody else has put weight on me. So I got to listen to what he's saying opposed to everybody else. Man, I am really going against the traffic here. So, got to listen to that advice that he gave me, because he's the only one that seemed to know what the hell he was talking about. Anyway, Times Square is over here. I don't know if I should go to Times Square though because of music. Can't really do the music, I'll get copyrighted. So I'm getting some of the bro science, some of the advice that people are giving. I've been starting to delete it because I don't want other people reading that stuff and taking it as Bible, as the truth, because it just isn't. I might actually go to Central Park and read or sit down somewhere and read some of these comments. They're just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I gotta change that. All right, that's better. Some of the advice has been absolute trash in these comment sections. I've had to start getting rid of it. There are so many people here today. A lot of people. As far as the calorie thing goes, it's so impossible to know. That's what Durian Rider always talks about. Matter of fact, everybody's talking about this 4,000 calorie thing that I always talk about. I got that from Arnold. He told me that I needed to at least be at 4,000 calories a day at the weight that I'm at right now. And another thing, everybody's talking about cramming in food and cramming in sugar and cramming in all this shit. It isn't true. I never said that. That was Durian Rider who said that, to force feed yourself. Cole didn't say that either. everybody thinks that that's Bible, that you got to do that, and it's just not true at all. It's eat. I really like what Cole's talking about, like eat 3 squares and just be done with it. If you're hungry in between, then you know you just didn't eat enough, but don't keep snacking. I did that yesterday and lost 1.25 pounds off that. So keep that in mind. If I can keep that up, that'd be great. I didn't look for bananas today, so I only got what I got. This tripod is like 100 pounds. I gotta get a monopod for this. Yeah. Can't think of some of the other. Oh, people actually believed my comments that I was quitting already. It was a joke. People can't take a joke. People just can't seem to take a joke anymore. That's why I put just kidding after the comment later on. Some of the people were getting a little stupid in the comment section, so I got rid of them. Anyway, as far as this whole sugar fasting, sugar diet thing goes, I like it so far, now that I'm getting used to it. And I do remember, like I said, that Arnold said no salads after lunch. No salads after lunch. So that's the video. I think I'm going to read some of the comments. I mean, that is basically the comments in a nutshell. It's like everybody wants everybody to fail anymore. It's like a joke. If this, and as far as Cole said, the scale ain't moving, the diet ain't working, and I have to agree finally. I just can't. So that's why I started taking the weight every morning, because otherwise you just don't know what's going on. I do have to say it's kind of weird that I took my weight and then I did rebounding, and without consuming anything I gained 2 pounds after the rebound. I think that's odd. I'm not going to Times Square. So we'll see what happens. Once the bananas are ripe, I really want to see what happens with that. His advice was what I've always followed, so I'm just going to keep doing that and see where we go. I think I'm going to get somewhere that can answer questions. Yeah. Anyway, can't think of what else to say. There's so many people around, I can't think. And this thing's 900 pounds. I should go over to BH Photo real quick and get an actual or a monopod. Hopefully that clears things up. I'm absolutely not for force feeding yourself. I'm going to say that again. I've said that so many times. A lot of other people think that I mean that because I say that I forget to eat, and I do. And like my entire family does that. Got so used to doing it when I was growing up that I kind of just continue it, unfortunately. You know, you wake up, you got something to do, you go do it. You can eat later, and that just doesn't work. So I've at least been having orange juice in the morning and going from there. See how that works. No. Anyway. I did definitely back off of adding a quart of sugar, or not a quart, a cup of sugar. I backed off of that. But can't think of what else. Anyway, I'm gonna get somewhere and I'm gonna maybe look at the comments and go from there. as Cole said the other day, all right, this is the best I can do. As Cole said the other day, everybody's creating their own version of this fasting thing. It's just getting ridiculous. Some person wrote, stop eating bananas, just juice, smoothies, wet fruit, fat-free. And as I said in the video, I was making the bananas into smoothies anyways, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. How do you think smoothies are made? They're made with fruit. The Seco still matters. It's not a myth. Just give it a try for a month. I have. How many times do I have to tell people this? It's like they don't want to hear what you just said, so they just pretend that you didn't just say that, and they just make up their own conclusions. It's wonderful. Focus on gratitude, be more positive. I have been fucking positive. What are you talking about? Like, just because I say something, everybody's like, well, he's complaining again, or I'm just making corrections. There could be that. You know, it's just like when somebody's like, it keeps telling you, oh, you're angry, you're angry, you're angry, and you aren't angry until somebody says it 3,000 times and you're like, yeah, I am angry. Just watch a great shorter video by Mark Spelly Bell titled, Forget the Science, Sugar Fasting Works. Sugar fasting is a fast. It's not meant to be a long-term. And then, but how many people have done juice fast for 365 days? Come on. I think he needs some holiday away from diets. Okay. I can't see the comments. I can now see why Cole Robinson shouts, hey fatty, at the screen, and Durian Rider hated everyone on screen. I can absolutely see why. The comments just insane. At least on my other channel where I talk about video games, like everybody kind of is like in unison, or kind of just there's politeness, there's camaraderie. On this kind of channel, it's just absolute mayhem. You're not in a calorie deficit is impossible. Again, here's with the calorie deficit. I mean, you people were sold hard on that. It's insane. How do you know how much you ate yesterday actually got digested, eaten, utilized? How much was actually in the food? How much did you actually need? How much? I mean, come on already with this whole thing. It's nonsense. Like, of course, at some point probably it matters, but where? Like, how do you know all this? You literally would have to test every single thing you ate. And then everybody bases things off this 35 or 2,000 calorie a day, like everybody's the same size, like everybody. I think that's based off, they claim that was based off a 5'8", 150-pound man. That's what it's based off of. So if you're 6 foot tall, doesn't matter. If you're 5'2", doesn't matter. If you're whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to eat what a 5'8", 150-pound sedentary male would eat. That's what you have to eat. You know, figure it out from there. No wonder nobody ever makes it. I can't see what should be special about bananas. It doesn't matter if you can't see it. It really doesn't matter. Like, that is what has worked. That is what got me to 150 or 175 pound weight loss. I don't know what it was in the end. Veganism doesn't actually work well for most people. Of course it doesn't. Most people in veganism try to live off broccoli, kale, cabbage. They try to live off 3 calories. I've already discussed this. I made a video about this a while ago, that 2.5 pounds of red meat and 9.25 pounds of potatoes are the same calorie count. So they're both 3,500 calories, give or take, roughly. So if you wanted to get to 3,500 calories, you'd either have to eat 2.5 pounds of beef or 9.25 pounds of potatoes. They're not the same. Of course people are gonna come off it. People don't realize how much calorie difference there is. And everybody's like, well, calorie. Somehow back in 1940, 3,540 calories was the average for a 5'8", 150-pound man. And apparently no one does anything anymore. There's people walking everywhere around me, but nobody does anything. Everybody sits on the phone in their house, does nothing anymore. Nobody works. Nobody does anything now in 2025, so you should eat absolutely nothing. If you hear this in my voice, I am turning into Durian Rider. I can honestly see at this point, after having made this many videos this week and gotten this many views, why he went crazy. He went crazy. I mean, it's nuts. No, and then if everybody reads their own comment, it completely counteracts everybody else's comment. It's just like, it's kind of like a coach who listens to the crowd will eventually need to find a new job because he will always be wrong. Are you eating late at night? Here's another thing. I know so many. As a matter of fact, when I lost 150 pounds, you know what time I was mostly eating my meals? At like midnight. The bro science, the people hear some random thing from some random person somewhere and they're like, oh, that must be the truth. They're skinny. They've been skinny their whole life. They'd be skinny no matter what the hell they ate. But it makes a difference. Why don't you get on a call with Cole Robinson? I asked him to do an interview. You made a video a year ago about how your body temperature is always low, and it was Wilson's. Yeah. I have not taken that. I probably should take my temperature to see if it's changed. Dieting are a bad idea. What is important is a sustainable lifestyle. That's probably the most sensible comment here. With your calories intake and calorie burn all over the place, not knowing how much you actually eat. Let's say in a week, how much you burn in a week. How do you know that? Just some arbitrary number that you pulled from the internet? I mean, really, truly, how do you know that? When I had it actually calculated by a doctor, which took like a while, I was on a treadmill and they were doing all these calculations. I think it was like 3,200 calories that I burned a day. Just sitting, doing absolutely nothing, I burned 3,200 calories. I think that's what it was roughly. I'd have to go back at the paperwork if I still have it. That doesn't include going to work. That does not include anything other than sitting there and functioning the body, having the brain operate, having everything operate. It was like 3,200-ish calories. All these fad diets are junk. I hope people find a solution that works for you, brother. What's your body temperature upon waking? That's the second one. I don't know. I probably should take that. How the beginning was hilarious. I feel this song. Years High Carb Low Fat with those bananas. I learned to hate them, but it doesn't work for me without them. If only I would live in somewhere where you could get better bananas and decent fruit. You can get good fruit here. It's just the ripening process, it really is. So I don't have bananas right now. Doc approving sugar diet. I don't know what that means. You can cook bananas if they aren't ripe enough. Yeah, I don't like that taste at all. At all. I struggle to get bananas down, honestly, but for whatever reason, they seem to be like this miracle cure for me. But again, I did lose like 1.25 pounds yesterday. So that is nice. Wow. But yeah, where the bananas would help, maybe the potassium, I have no idea. If you count your calories and lower it by 100 each, oh my gosh, here we go again. Even Neil Barnard in his book, The Gene Code or whatever, said that how detrimental it is to lower your calories. But people just keep on talking about it. I have done it. And here's another thing that drives me nuts. How many days did I wake up and I eat absolutely nothing until dinner and I probably get maybe 1,800 calories in? Sorry, I've been doing it already. Shit, I got off the thing. Anyway, I could keep on going on and on and on, and I sound angry. And when I'm by myself and or with other people and doing things, I'm perfectly fine. But this comment, I can clearly see now why Durian Rider and everybody else that does this stuff loses their damn mind. It really does. I mean, I'm not letting it get to me. I don't even think about it outside of this. It's just when I go into the YouTube world and see these comments, I'm like, my God. I mean, even if you all like listen to or read the other comments, it's just like none of you make any sense. There is a lot of calorie in, calorie out warriors to come in here that claim that it's hyper effective to use calories in, calories out, yet not a single one of you has a channel or anything helping other people. It's funny. It's so effective, and you must be in such good shape to say this, that you just don't have any pictures even of yourself on the profile. And I keep saying this, and nobody ever figures out, oh yeah, maybe it doesn't work because nobody's actually making videos about it. How many calorie warriors actually make videos about the calorie warrior thing? How many? Not many. And I'm sure people are going to start posting video links in the comments section now of calorie warriors. That, truthfully, if it works so good for you, why aren't you making videos? You must look incredible. So incredible that you don't even put your picture on your little avatar thing on the YouTube. That incredible. You must look that good. Yeah, it's real unfortunate. Anyway, that's the video. It's a very long video, but I've never actually stayed at Central Park for this long. There's some video of it, if I can. Anyway. Oh, thing's not sticking. Anyway, that's my video. It's insane to me. And it's even more insane to me how many people actually want other people to fail. This whole thing has been kind of eye-opening making this channel. My goodness. But yeah, anyway, talk to you in the next one. Peace. And again, everybody's like, oh, he's so angry, he's so angry. Chill out, whatever. Like, none of this exists outside of YouTube. It's just like when I had a job, like none of it existed outside of the job. I didn't talk about it, I didn't do anything with it. So, anyway, talk to you in the next one. Peace.